prayer grows roots for you, which no other psychological suffering can grow. If you don't do prayer, you will fall into pain and you will start thinking it is mandatory. Pain grows you roots if you don't use prayer to do it. You would have seen my quote. Don't create pain, but don't hate, because pain also grows you roots. Now I am upgrading it. Pain grows you roots only if you don't use prayer to grow it. Whenever you are in ecstasy, you are Shiva. Shivoham. Whenever you are in low mood, Dasoham. Whenever you are in ecstasy, I am Mahadeva. Whenever you are coming down, I pray to Mahadeva. That's all. I tell you, the whole psychology is irrelevant and redundant if you just catch these two attitudes over. Whenever you are in ecstasy, I am Mahadeva, Sadashivoham. Whenever you are not able to retain due to the toxins, till the toxins are eliminated, when you are coming down, Sadadasoham. That's all. The whole problem of which is right, Dvaita or Advaita, I have finished it. When all the 1,000 petals are lit, Advaita. When it is slowly coming down, Dvaita. Over. If you land only in Dvaita and prayer, you will again and again be pushed back to Advaita. Neither Shankara lived without realizing, experiencing Dvaita, nor Ramanuja lived without experiencing Advaita. Neither Shankara lived without experiencing Dvaita, nor Ramanuja lived without experiencing Advaita. It's a stage you cross till you become the space of oneness. Understand now it is your decision about your existence gives you access to various dimensions of the universe. Now, why I want to give you access to the different dimensions of the universe is to make you feel powerful and understand all your problems are as silly as you. Sorry, but truth. All your problems are as silly as you. Even few solid experiential access. See, when I say experiential access, you should get into that plane, that dimension, see some object and bring that here. When you open your eyes, that object should be there with you. Only then it is called experiential access. Otherwise it is imaginary access. You had your stupid dream and Even if you see Kali in your fantasy, it will be only the another version of your wife. The voice will be almost like your wife's. Be very clear. So it has to be experiential access. An object of that plane should be mapped to this plane. Is only a confirmed experiential access. Now is the bomb. This whole batch of MSS participants, I commit with you guys, I will give you that. And understand, when I am making the word commitment, I am serious. I am really serious. The software is successful. That is why I am courageously talking. That is, you see, the moment you started materializing, that itself is actually the plane to the other dimension only, but it is done through me. Now I have to give you individual visa. That's all. See, materialization is like having access to the other plane, sitting in my disk. Instead of you sitting in my disk, I am going to put you in my plane. Something which you see with your eyes in that plane and you pick it up, when you are down, that item also should be mapped into this. Let's do the drama. It's possible. It's possible. What happens, with this, the powerful cognitions about the larger existence of you becomes more stronger in you than the stupid identity given to you by the stupid society. The personification of stupidity is human society. Nobody knows why they are doing what they are doing. Everyone is afraid of the other and doing. You are afraid that he may be talking bad about you, and he is afraid you may be talking bad about him. I tell you, don't bother about others' opinion because they are bothered about your opinion. Through this collective bullying, society tries to put you into fear and create some identity for you. The only way to liberate you from that identity is to make you understand the existence of the multiple dimensions. Once that existence of the multiple dimensions become your powerful cognition, then the identity enforced on you. Pushing an identity on a human being is equivalent to conscious rape. Conscious gang raping done on an individual by the society, and that gang raped person getting pregnant is evolving an individual identity. You carry that for your whole life as a blame and destroy yourself. Experientially knowing the higher dimensions existence destroys the identity forced upon you by the society gang raping you. Sorry for the strong word, but the truth has to be told. Even this, the way the media bullied me, it's a gang rape, nothing else. Raping the identity means the real inner space, and trying to dump the identity they want on me. I was a pure conscious space. They are trying to gang rape that and put their identity on me. all of you look back. Whenever the social identity which you are carrying as broken pieces in you is created, you have been gang raped by society. Look at the original incidents, and giving you experiential access to the higher dimension will make you realize and will make this identity lose its power over you. That is what I call liberation. Swatantratva. Life starts, education starts with this initiation, with this liberation. Yeah. A child, when he enters the Gurukul, this satsang should be seen by him, and he should understand when he was gang raped and the identity was inserted into him forcefully and decide to renounce it. He should be given access, conscious experiential access to higher dimension. With that Swatantratva, only he can be allowed to enter into Gurukul. No, actually, I'm. That's why I'm going to I'm going to build the Gurukul. The initial people who came just from Buloka and staying, and once you have experientially demonstrated you had access to the higher dimension and manifested it, brought something from there and mapped it to this planet Earth's matter, and you have shown now you are more powerful than the identity inserted on you by the society by gang raping you. Only then entry into Gurukul is given. Actually, even the construction I am going to do it step by step like that. Then you stay there, you stay here, then after you have the next access, next success, you come here. That's the way it is going to be. This is the first step in education. I am not telling you stories. I am giving you my vision, and I will make it happen. Brilliant are those who wait for me to make my vision into reality. Fools are those who don't give me a chance. Stupid are those who leave halfway. So today I am going to lead the MSS participants into the second initiation. Today we are going to have 3 initiation. You already had one energization. Now the second initiation. You are going to have one more darshan. Because by tonight I want you to have a breakthrough in your dream, to have access to the higher dimensions. All the continuous education program participants also can sit through the process.